that's not about the approach though. But once y'all started dating and you get to know that person, then that's when I'm going to decide, like, does this person lifestyle meet my lifestyle?
But that's what I'm saying. But
this lifestyle match my lifestyle.
Because if I can handle everything on my own, and you can handle everything on your own, if you handle everything about your lifestyle on your own, I'm gonna handle everything on my lifestyle on my own, and we get together, how much you make or how much I make shouldn't define if we can keep going forward. That's all I'm saying.
It is going to define it, because
then y'all got to come in the same household.
And it's not just you having your own, it's how you live.
I understand that.
Like, how do you live? How you take care of yourself? Are you able to take care of yourself comfortably and still able to do extracurricular activities? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot to go into it. It's not just about that, because once we combine our lifestyles, then we should have a whole lot.
Yeah.
But
also, mature women can smell a mature woman can smell an ambitious man. So when y'all start talking to a man, especially in their 40s, and you can tell when he's ambitious or not. He's always available. He's over available. This nigga's not ambitious enough. So I understand that. So if you meet somebody in their 40s and the motherfuckers are always kicking it and their lifestyles not equate to your lifestyle, yeah, fuck that nigga.
And they staying in the hood. They got an apartment in the hood. They okay with that.
But that's why I say it's a problem. It's a problem for younger folks. And it's not a real problem for the older folks.
I said, you got an apartment in the hood and you're okay with that? Like, no.
Yeah. Hey.
Don't want better for yourself, Ella. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. Hey, fuck that. I do real estate. So I know some people who live in the hood, but they own the car right before they get
if your bank account suffices for that, like if you're driving, like just like example, if you're driving a car that's paid off, but you got money in the bank and you're making sound financial decisions, that's different than a person who is living in the hood and driving the car that because they can't afford it.
I'm a big proprietor, so
they okay with living like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would never be okay with living like that. So if you're okay with living like that, then your lifestyle is not gonna work. We're not gonna work.
But niggas live in the hood because they still want to be hood and still want to be cool.
Well, then
they fuck them. We ain't talking about them niggas.
We wouldn't
date. Niggas ain't even in this conversation. We talking about real men. Real men are not gonna be living in the hood. A real man gonna be living in an area or environment that's conducive to his success.
That part, and that's what matters.
That's what I'm saying. We got to bring it back to reality. Can't live in the hood. In real life, there's somebody for
40-something years old. Why would you want to live in the hood where it's unsafe?
Let's separate hoods. Let's separate hoods, because with hood, the Tulsa hood is a different hood from Oklahoma City hood. Oklahoma City hood is a different hood from Chicago hood. Yeah. Just living, not saying the people in it, the appearance of it, the vacant lots, the
just to say you got a cheap ass apartment, basically, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, no. There's some cheap ass apartments in the suburbs too.
No, it's not.
I do this for a living. I do this for a living. There is.
Ain't no cheap ass apartments over here.
I do this for a living.
Where you live? You live in where you from? Where you live?
I'm in Princeton, Texas.
There's cheap ass apartments in Princeton right now.
Where?
Cheap ass houses
there's
in
a
Princeton.
whole look. So look, I'm gonna put you on a little real estate game. It's
Where?
called TIF. It's called a tax increment financial apartment. So this apartments are a luxury
government housing. Yes, I know what that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a luxury apartments that accept Section 8 that are income based. So there are affordable houses in Princeton,
but they're not cheap ass apartments as far as how they look and how they made. And
hell no.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's how you live. That's the whole point.
She's saying in general about the whole appearance, like the quality of
because
but hold on. But listen, let me say something.
I agree with that.
Let me say something here. I get what Mika's saying, but I know some $1 million niggas that had apartments right in the hood. They didn't give a fuck.
But good for them.
And
Your
Like,
lifestyle don't match my lifestyle. I don't care how much money you have. If that's how you choose
it
to
is
live,
about
it
the
don't
money
match
to you
me.
because you just said a man got to make more money.
That's only half the battle. See, y'all not listening.
No. So and I agree with
the money
with
part
Mika
is only half the battle.
I agree with Mika because if
I
you're a
meet a whole
millionaire,
lot
you're
of
a
men
crash
with
out.
money, but they ain't about shit. They're
But
not
I
even
know,
worth the
but listen
callbacks.
though, I know niggas in the hood. I
that
know
part,
niggas in the
because
hood of
money don't make you
Chicago.
valid, baby.
Right.
I know
That's
niggas
Money
only
does not
half
make
the
in
you
the hood
battle.
of
valid.
Women
Chicago. They
valid though.
apartments,
Tell
they
us that.
niggas that pay rent in Chicago. They hood in the hood. They rent is 1,800. If they move
Yeah,
to Oklahoma, that's a nice ass house in Oklahoma for
yeah,
1,800. That's a
yeah.
nice ass house in Texas for 1,800. So the
No.
income they can make the same income, but it's all about location. That's my point of hood. When I was speaking on hood, I was speaking on the location and the rent of your cost of living, the rent. We can't just say, but I understand what she's saying. If you pull up to that motherfucker, you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, this some hood shit.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
all the blinds broke in the windows of your apartment, if 3 apartments and
That's
all the
the problem.
blinds broke, that's a little bit too hood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
Hey,
if I
brother
don't
If
feel
it,
David.
safe. Like if I don't feel
if
safe
it,
coming to your
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
if it's people
like,
all
that's
yeah,
it.
outside hanging
You know what
out
I'm
all the
saying?
time in your
Right.
neighborhood, it's
Or
loud
if I
outside.
come to your place
yeah.
and you're not a clean person, like
Yeah,
And that's
let me
why
into your
niggas should
house.
go to the
You know,
suburbs, man.
like
Hey,
it's a lot that goes into that.
get
Like
out the hood, man. Hey, get out the hood, niggas. Hey, you know what I mean? The hood ain't meant for niggas. We don't own shit in the.
I'm not comparing y'all when I say this, but I just think a lot of women just be capping.
they could be.
you say cap.
Because like
They all be
I hear so
capping.
many women say the same thing that both of y'all are saying.
And
And,
then, but that's the thing though.
No,
I'm not asking
like,
for anything that I can't provide. I'm not
no,
putting
I'm not
out
saying
unrealistic
that. That's not what I'm
expectations.
saying. What I'm saying is, man, when I didn't, it's crazy because when I didn't have shit, I had the most fucking women, and I'm talking about women that had the same type of lifestyles y'all living right now.
But you were younger though.
No, I wasn't younger. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I can
How
tell,
long ago
like
was
it's,
it?
if
it's
I
some
was,
women who just value
but no, it's all about the
good
nigga
sex.
though.
So
See,
if
that's
you
what
were
women be
giving them,
lying to
Miss
really
Shelly,
like a
good dick can
nigga,
go a
all that
long
money
way, but
shit.
it can only take you so far.
But
yeah,
listen,
exactly. But he said that he was dealing with these
Okay,
type of women. He
yeah,
ain't still
I think
dealing with them.
real.
So apparently he was like, he had something to offer them.
Oh,
Whether
but
that
Right.
was
But
good
let
Mika,
me
sex
say this.
ahead,
Hold on.
Mika,
whatever
are
the
you single?
temporary thing is, y'all not together no more.
Right.
I'm just
Mika,
telling
are
y'all
you
that
single?
all that finance talk really be going out the window when a
Why?
girl like a nigga.
Are you single, Mika?
You,
Why?
girl
I
can
just
like
want to.
you, but
I just
I
want to
still
ask.
ain't.
I
I
just
can
want to
like
ask.
you. I'm not gonna take care of you though.
No,
Like
I ain't
I
I
know
saying
don't
Mika
like
care how
that,
married.
much
bro.
I
I
like
don't
you.
never want a woman to
I
take
mean,
care.
it's just not.
Like I don't
I,
think a woman should ever take care of a man. What I'm
I'm never
saying
doing
is,
that.
I
I can
believe
like
the
you to the
whole.
moon, baby. We're not doing that.
No, I
But
just believe that the theory that most women use about this money talk, it just be
no,
for certain
I
niggas.
think that y'all.
That's
I
why
think
I
that
think
y'all
even
have to
with certain,
understand this
I
right
think
here.
even with, but
For
listen
you
though,
to
I
have,
think, but hold on. I think even with like certain women, like they will make a nigga take them to Rude Chris, and then it's certain women that they might like a nigga, and they be like,
oh,
oh, we
they
can go
just.
anywhere, we good. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
talking
Like
about women that's just using men for meals. I
I'm
take
not talking
myself
about
to
no
Ruth's Chris.
women. No,
That's a
no,
different
no, no,
caliber
no,
of
no, no,
woman.
no, no. See,
We
No,
eat well
you
you
on
didn't
missing
even
the
our.
listen.
whole
You
point
didn't
here.
listen to his. You ain't listening
You
to his
missing the
compare.
whole
Yeah,
point here.
you
You
were saying
missing the whole
Yeah.
she'll
point.
make a dude take her here versus
No,
a
I'm not.
broke guy.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
Oh, well,
That's
if it
not
don't.
what I'm saying.
Okay,
Okay,
go
let
ahead.
me finish. Come on.
Women got us. All I'm telling y'all is, I understand y'all are just two women. Y'all, this is where y'all mind frame is. But the masses be capping, is what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Everybody be capping online, bro. That's
Like
why I said we gotta
all
separate
that money
reality
talk
from
shit, I promise
online.
you, go out the window. I've never had a woman ask me for shit because she already wasted. Because a real woman gonna wait for a man to give her something. She ain't gonna
That's what I'm
ask
saying.
for
I'm not
nothing.
asking for
You
anything.
think, but you should. But the thing is, this right
Right.
here
I
though,
shouldn't have
you
to
shouldn't
ask.
have to ask
But
because
that's what I'm
this
saying.
is
You should
this
have
is
to
the
ask.
thing
But
right
the
here.
but
Some
the
women don't
masses.
ask y'all out of
But that's what
trouble.
I'm trying to
Some
tell
women
y'all.
don't
Y'all are
ask
not the
you out of that you
masses.
might not have it. But and
Y'all
I'm
are
not gonna
not the
ask a man for no
masses,
money
though.
either.
Is what
But
I'm
I
trying to
mean,
tell you.
if he
You
sees a
missing it.
need,
You missing it.
go
Y'all not
ahead.
the masses. The
Mhm.
average woman asking off the rip.
Hey, these new
And
young
you know why
girls.
though? I think that they pretty much paired that with their emotions, their feelings. They pretty much be knowing that these guys be full of crap. So therefore, they feel like if they get their money up front and you be on some bull crap, they gonna feel a lot better than
City
if they
No,
didn't
girls
get
ruin
no.
nothing.
that.
So I
No,
don't
city
really
girls
like.
ruin that.
Even though I'm not that type, I don't blame them. I mean, they can either
I live
leave
in
with
a
a wet
big
ass
ass
or they
city
can
in
have a
Dallas.
couple of dollars. I
Them
well
hoes
tell
is
them to get a couple of
pressure.
dollars.
Listen,
I
they
live in
asking for
Dallas. Them
money off the
hoes is
rip.
pressure.
I
Them
promise
hoes
you.
is on
And I don't think
next
it's
out
over
here.
no emotional distress or none of that. I just think the way that social media has spent is like, hey, a nigga got to do this, and nigga got to do that. So that's the new masses thought process. Like, I know y'all are not those women. I understand that. That's not who y'all are. Y'all are a different type of woman. But the masses, that's what you're dealing with. And then the masses are also capping because you can go. This be the thing, like, girls will say they will not take care of a nigga. But what's the percentage of women that's taking care of men in jail right now?
I have no idea.
I don't know. And them women probably never said that they won't. But for me, everybody
them women
has
only take care of niggas because they
well,
feel bad about getting clapped. Them hoes is getting fucked. So they
no.
gotta send that nigga something.
So yeah, so and whatever, and they might have left them something. You see what I'm saying? Y'all never know. They might be taking care of them with their money. But what I'm just saying, I'm not taking care. When I say, like, if we was together and something happened to you, right, and I know what you did, right, I know what you do, and you go that way. Yes, I'm gonna look out for you because shit, I was in it when it was good, right? So therefore, if anything happened and I know, you know what I'm saying, hey, I'm gonna look out. I'll send you some draws and put money on your books because I knew what was happening, right? I'm gonna do that. But what I am saying is that it's just as a grown ass man, I'm not finna just take care of you at all because most women need provision, safety, and security. This is where you kick all of that. You need to relax my senses. You see what I'm saying? Because if I'm in a heightened state and I'm not relaxed, then you ain't safe, nigga. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, you provision, safety, security. So I'm not taking care of no man because it's not gonna be a good relationship.
Right. No, then I agree with
that. If I'm
but
taking care of you, somebody will take care of both of us. Because I'm not gonna be taking care of no man. This is not happening here.
You are able to take care of yourself. And I need to see how you take care of yourself because that's gonna let me know if I'm going to fit into your lifestyle. And if you're going to be able to take care of me, I'm going to always be the crutch. I'm going to always have your back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you got the right woman, she's going to have all her money.
Together. That is the ultimate goal. But if you is not taking care of yourself, why are you dating?
But this is what I'm talking about. Y'all talking about mature men above 35.
Well, that's the only crowd that we can speak to because
is anybody on this podcast under 35?
Nah. Oh yeah, I forgot you are. I forgot you the youngest.
So we can't speak to
we
the younger.
Talking to the
that's why we need some of the younger women to chime in because we can only speak in the 40s.
Hey, my child mother. Hey, my child mother about your age.
But hold on. Listen, hold on. Let me say something real quick. Hold on. Because you saying you can speak for the women in the 40s. Y'all the women that's complaining all the damn time.
What are we complaining about?
Y'all the women that's complaining all the time. The women in their late 30s and 40s are the women that's complaining about the dating life right now.
We complaining about dating life right now?
I can understand that because if a woman of that age is dating, I mean, you are. Just
but what is complaining gonna change? If that man coming, he coming.
So,
listen, if the man is coming,
said earlier,
if the man coming, he coming.
Who they have in their mind is probably slim. So
but listen, I'm gonna give you this though. See, this is where women fuck up anyway. Majority of y'all sit on the internet all day and give a man the blueprint on how to temporarily love you.
Well, I don't know. They'll have.
Yes, because you telling me how to date you. Like on this podcast, you telling me exactly what I got to date you.
Actually, I've told you what you have to do for
don't even scratch the surface. You gotta get it up close before you get
even got into that conversation yet. I'm saying what you
once again, capping.
That's
what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to give y'all the game here. Stop giving me the blueprint on the internet.
Because you have no idea.
All I'm telling y'all, stop giving men the blueprint.
They think and they see. They think that
when you say that we're giving you the blueprint, you're saying because she's saying what her preferences are, but she's not.
I ain't even talking about
those are.
I'm talking about.
But to me, that's not a bad thing.
We've only touched on materialistic, though. We really haven't touched on personal quality, characteristic traits. The only thing that we've been discussing is
the average. It ain't no difference on how to love a woman properly. I mean, y'all acting like it is. All you gotta do is know her love language, and it's
every woman's love language is different.
You gotta find it first, exactly. So you don't know. It's not a set way.
He said
every woman
no.
is different.
He
Wait,
said
wait.
know her love language,
If
meaning
What's
you
my
know her
find
love
out
language,
what her
it's
love
easy to
language
love her.
is.
It's no y'all acting like it's like this big ass long book on how to date a woman. So if it's not about
right?
materials
But
and
I'm saying,
business,
like,
then what is it
how
about?
are we giving you? How am I giving you the blueprint on how to date me?
I'm
But
How's
saying
that's
that
no,
gonna
I'm
be?
not saying
Mika, that's
that
not a
women
bad.
give the
So
blueprints.
I didn't take that as a bad thing. I believe men and women should put more of the blueprint of who they are when they meet people.
I
That is
agree.
very
That ain't
true.
what
But
I'm
at the
talking about.
same time, when you tell someone how to
What
date
you
you,
like,
they're
they
gonna do
gonna
it
do everything you
temporarily
like to
to
get you.
get you.
Nah, motherfuckers
Exactly.
be
That's what
lying.
I'm trying to tell
Motherfuckers
you.
be
You
First,
lying.
can't tell me what you like. I'm gonna act like that person. I'm gonna give you the
Exactly.
representative.
Ex-
That's
but
why.
That's
That's
representative.
why most
The
people get the
representative.
representative version of people.
that don't make sense. Wait,
but this is why I
wait,
said
wait.
Wait,
I want to pay attention. Hold on. This is why I said I need to know how you take care of yourself.
Right.
That's going to let me know if you're going to be able to take care of me. So I'm not going to tell you how to date me. I'm going to watch how you move. If how you move is something that I like or that impresses me, then we can move forward. But I'm not going to tell you my love language. I'm not going to tell you this because if that's not in you, if that's not something that you
I don't
regularly
want you to
do,
do it.
right, I don't want
Because
you to
I
do
need you to be authentically you so I can decide that, hey, this ain't even it.
So
right.
Mika, is one of your love languages gifts?
What woman love language isn't gifts?
It's a lot of women that's not their love language.
There's but
I'm
one of the,
asking you, is that
so
yours?
that's no. That's at the
You
bottom of the list.
capping. Listen, we
That's
capping
at the
today
bottom of the
again.
list.
See, I'm gonna bring it to listen. Is your love language gifts? One of them.
One of them, yes.
Okay. Continue.
But that's the material thing. You see what I'm saying? And you know
But
what?
that's what I'm
To
saying.
be
But
honest,
listen, that's
Ray,
why I'm gonna tell you. Listen, if you might see, she said her name was Shelly.
Kelly, yes.
Okay, Shelly might stay with a nigga after he fall off, but Mika, you leaving that nigga.
no.
You leaving him.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
You at
If we
least
You
gonna talk
together
to
leaving
that
that
and
nigga.
I
nigga.
love you, I'm not gonna leave
You
you
gonna
because
ride it
you
out.
fall off. Because one thing
Mika,
about me,
you gonna at least talk shit to that nigga. I can tell you at least
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
shit to that
yeah.
nigga.
She
off.
definitely
And
You
gonna
you know
talk
what I'm
definitely
shit.
saying?
talking shit
But
to
you
that nigga for
see, and
sure.
that's the impression that y'all have, but that is so not the truth.
You
If
gonna
we
Like you
tell
locked
gonna
him
stay with
as
the
a
nigga. Like
we
man,
you be a
locked
ride or
in.
as a
die, but
man, why did you
If we
fall off?
locked in, we locked in. And that's what I'm saying. So material things,
I don't know.
that's at the bottom of the list. It don't have nothing because I can buy my own self materials.
All
So
right,
that's one of
can
my
I
love
ask Shelly a
languages. Of
question?
course, I love
Can
gifts,
I
but at the top is how you treat me.
Listen,
One, and
listen,
can I
communication is two. Like you have
can I
to
ask Shelly a
know how
question though?
to communicate.
cause y'all capping.
y'all, why
That's
y'all keep
that's
asking
top
men to
of my list.
communicate, man? Goddamn, man, we can only
Huh?
communicate
You
so
are
much.
Exactly. And that's the
Shelly said,
problem.
can I
That
touch
be
on
the
something Shelly
problem.
said?
That's
Shelly
the
said
problem.
she won't tell a man what she like, cause then he would do what she like. Can you
Right.
elaborate on that?
And now I'm telling y'all. But that's
because if I have
that's
to
the
give you
problem
Hold
a
that
on,
I
wait,
run
wait.
into.
Hold on, Mika.
Wait,
Hold
Mika,
on.
wait, Mika. Shelly said, I won't tell a man what I like because then he would do what I like. Can you elaborate on that?
because if I give you instructions, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
basically, like he said, if I'm giving you a playbook to me, then you're not being your authentic self. So that
But hell,
means
if
that
you
you're
gonna
gonna
build a house,
wait,
don't you want
wait.
instructions?
That means
Hold on. Hey,
that you're gonna
hold on.
that means that you
Go ahead.
may do the things that I like, but only long enough to get what you want. And so
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
because it's
Stop
not
right there. Let me
authentic,
address that. Hold
then
on.
I
Stop right
don't
there. Let
want
me
you to
address
do it.
that.
Like I like a
Wait.
thoughtful
Let
and
me address
considerate
that.
man. So I'm
Hold
not
on.
going
You
to tip
finished?
like that
Hold
has to
on.
be in there. You see the in you are it ain't.
Hold on. Let's do some dialogue. Let's talk back and forth. Hold on. Let me address that part. Hold on.
Okay.
I won't tell him what I like because he'll just do that to get what he want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why enter it with a negative mind frame of
See how
he
you
will
go
only
into
do that? He will only do that to get what he want, and then it'll go bad. Like
okay.
why we can't?
So
Why you
so,
can't?
so
Well,
listen.
hold on. But if you hold on, but if you enter it with a negative mind frame of if I help him do what I want him to do, he will continue doing that because he wants to keep me. If I start flirting with you and you start telling me I want this, I want this, I want this, if you have a positive mind frame that I will keep doing that, it's 100% chance of working better than you approaching it with a negative. Oh, he only gonna do that to get me, and then he gonna move on. It's gonna mess
No,
Mhm.
up
because
because you
this is
already
the thing.
approaching it,
A lot of
but you
times,
already approaching it with the negative mind
but
frame of it's
this
gonna
is the
mess up.
thing.
So go ahead.
If it's not in you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not in you. So that
Right.
means that like if it's something that is that I like, right? The
Mm-hmm.
things, the characteristics that I like, they're genuine qualities, right?
Right.
Like I am a person who likes acts of service, right? Acts of
Mm-hmm.
kindness, consideration, right?
Right.
Physical touch. These are things that I'm not going to like are, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm telling you, hey, these are things that I like, and then you begin to do them,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing them with a motive, not because you want to know me.
The
It's
motive,
different
but
when
why? But
But
it's
brother
different
David,
if we are
wait,
in a
hold on,
why
wait,
is the
Nitty,
motive negative?
Nitty, wait. What if the motive is to make you happy?
the motive, and it can be a stage in which you're in a relationship where you do disclose certain things that you like, right? You sometimes in a relationship you do have
Right.
to tell your mate what you like, right?
Yes,
When you're in
we're
there, that's
Right.
men.
cool.
We're
I'm talking
simple.
about to
Men are
tell a
Wait,
simple.
brother,
guy.
Tell us what needs to be
brother. You
done, and
have
we
to
do it.
wait. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
I believe that in a relationship, that yes, you can tell your mate the things that you like, right? I assume if y'all got in a relationship, they had most of those qualities naturally, or some of them, and then the other stuff you can, you know, what I'm saying, like, of course, fill them in on, right? However, a
Right.
guy that I'm just meeting to date, I'm not gonna give you the playlist to what I like, because then you're just gonna be everything that I said. You see what I'm saying? That I want, and not be your true self. I feel like
Stop
it's
right there.
very
Stop
important
right
that
there.
each
Hold on.
person
Stop right there.
allows people to be
Hold on.
themselves, so you can see what they
Hold
rather
on.
do. I let people do what they
I hear
want to
you.
do, so you can see what they rather do.
Okay, hold on. Now look, you like the way I look, right? You like the way I talk. You like the way I
Okay.
walk. But it's certain areas over here that you don't like. You
Right.
say, look, I like he handsome. I like the way he's spontaneous. He plan dates. But if only he cooked this sometime, we'll go a little further. Would you tell him, hey, look, stop cooking that rice and make some noodles sometime? Then he started making noodles. Do you think that's a plot to trick your
No,
mind? Or do you think that's
I feel like that is okay. What I'm saying to you though
That
is
is
that
so
if
surface.
I'm
give me
telling
an example.
you,
Give me an
Deeper than
example.
that.
Give me an example.
It's deeper than
okay,
that.
so listen, I believe that in the beginning, right? And this
Hmm.
is why a lot of people get representatives and stuff like that. I feel like when you're like, if you're not supposed to go into a relationship telling people what you experienced in your last relationship, I'm a firm believer in that. We don't talk about
I
past
agree.
relationships, and the reason why is because, like I said, people will use all of that. This is the blueprint to you, and so again, and if you're also telling them, hey, this is what I like. I like this. I like a man to do this. I like a man to do this, then bam, that man knows what to do to get you, right? So he got you. So like he's doing everything that you stated that you like, right? And so
Right.
he has you on this whirlwind, right? But then like
Right.
uh you're not really basing the decision off the real person, right? Because once he gets what he want or whatever, maybe how long he stayed, but eventually the real him has to come out. So
Stop. Stop
I
right there.
believe
Stop
that
right there.
when you're
Stop right there.
I
Hold on.
believe
Hold on. Stop right
okay, go
there.
ahead.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Every time we start talking, we talk for a little while and it instantly go negative. Why that can't end up
Mhm.
being the real wait? Why that can't end up being the real him? If you told me,
It
look, baby,
can.
so why you saying eventually the
Well,
real
this is
him
the
gonna
thing
come
right
out and it's
here.
gonna go?
You said why I can't be the real him, because you didn't let me
Yeah.
get the next part in,
Go
right?
ahead. Go ahead.
This is why I believe that when you meet a person, right?
Hmm.
There's not expectation set, right? You're not going back and forth. I mean, like y'all can have understanding, whatever, depending on type of relationship, but I feel as though there is you don't tell a person like your playbook. I feel like you let a person do what they want to do so you can see what they rather do. You see what I'm saying? When you get a person in a natural habitat, right? You're not telling them, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. I need to see if you're really that person. Are you really him? You see what I'm
How
saying?
long?
So
How,
if I'm
hold
telling
on.
you how to be him, then everybody him.
Hmm.
But
No,
but but listen though. Listen
So then
though.
I
This
like if
let's just compare. Let's just compare relationships to jobs, right? Let's just compare.
okay,
If you
okay,
hire, if I hire you to come work at my company,
okay.
I'm going to train you on what makes my company the
That's a
best
job
company because
description.
it's my
Right,
company, right?
right.
So if I tell you, hey, this is what needs to be done for this company to succeed, I'm going to keep on telling you, hey, look, and we mop at 8 because traffic slow down at 8 and it pick back up at 10. So if you mop at 8,
Mm-hmm.
at 10, when it pick back up, the floor be dry. If I tell you that and you start mopping at 8 every night, now my company is running how I need it to be ran. If you tell me, baby, I like when you do this, and I keep doing that, how are you in your mind already thinking, he only doing that to get some pussy?
Well, no,
If
Okay,
I'm
you
not
told
so
me,
saying.
hey, can I
Okay, so
if
like
interject?
you
I'm not
told
saying
me,
like if your wife tell you, "Hey, I like flowers," and you go get them because you know that that's something that she likes. I'm not
okay, so give
saying.
me an example of
I'm
what you're
not. I'm
saying.
not saying that. But what I am saying is because that is something that you learn by being around that person, right?
So give
Something
me an
that you
example of
learn
what
in the
not learn.
dating phase. That's the discovery phase. Something
Right,
it's different when you're paying attention to me. We having different conversations, and then like you learn what I like, and then you do it. Like you see me drinking a Coke and some freaking Skittles or M&Ms, and you know that's what I
and
like
I start
turtles,
buying Coke and Skittles.
and you
Right,
start buying Coca turtles, like because you paid attention to
right,
me. That's different.
right,
See what I'm
right.
saying? Then
So
me
give me an
telling
example
you
of something you can
everything that I
tell
need
me.
from you and you imitating it and you're not genuinely that person, right? If
That's
you want a
it's the
thoughtful person, you have to date a thoughtful person, right? If you're not a
right,
person that texts or call a person, right? And I'm like, hey, this is like what I need, right? I'm
right.
trying to make you this person. You're not gonna be that person. You may be that person for me for this time period or whatever, but you're not gonna be the person that I need, right? If I like
So
a affectionate person, or if I like a person who, like she said, are last buys gifts or accept it. If I know that's not genuinely your nature, right, and that's not who you are, then you're not gonna do it continuously. That's something that you may do randomly, but you're not going to continue to do it because that's not who you are. I don't want to
But what?
base the beginning. If you see, so many people base the beginning of the relationship on what I call a boat ride. When you first go into a relationship, the first date is immaculate, it's laid out, right? And like y'all,
Mhm.
may have the best time, may go everywhere, do everything. And then like after that, you see what I'm saying? It may start going downhill, right? But some women still be hanging on to that boat ride, whatever happened in the beginning, because it's like, okay, this is the potential for that. But the thing is, that was never the person. The reason why you never getting back to the boat ride is because that wasn't who they was. They just did that to impress you. They just did that to. So I'd rather not do the boat ride. I'm not going to give you no blueprint to me. It's either we gonna click or we not. Either you
okay,
naturally gonna do
but look,
everything to get
but
in my
so
essence, or you ain't. Like,
so let
and
me
then
interject
we
just a
can.
little bit.
Huh?
To me, that's not. I just feel like when you meet somebody, you lay out your boundaries, you lay out your wants in your relationship.
I don't think you have to lay it.
That's okay with boundaries. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with you
But
laying
you
out
should
your.
also, but also you should teach somebody how to love you. As a
So
man,
that
Exactly.
was
That's the point I was getting at. That's the point I was getting
as
at.
a man, as a man, we're simple. You give us a
That's the point
task
I was
and
getting
we
at.
do this task. We're not overdoing it. You tell us, hey
It
babe,
ain't about overdoing it, but if
hey
you
babe,
love
you
me
leave that. Hey,
naturally,
hey
if you
babe,
love
I
a
love when
person
a
naturally,
man
you're.
hold my hand to the car. Hey, when you meet a man, I love when a man gives me gifts. A man's gonna start giving you gifts not for alternative motive. He know that's what makes you happy. Yes, there's gonna be some
That's what
men
I was
who
saying.
do it
Thank
to
you.
get some pussy, but every man wants some pussy.
so let me
Thank you.
comment
And I'm
then.
not saying every man
Right.
is
So
like
Hold on. It's
that.
my turn.
I'm
It's
just
Mika
saying.
flow.
no,
Mika got the flow. Mika got the
let
flow.
me
Go ahead,
comment.
Mika.
So one, to what all of y'all are saying, one, I'm not gonna teach you how to treat me. If you don't know how
You're
to treat
supposed
me,
to.
no.
No, no.
My company,
Because
look, the company model that I work at as a high real estate
Hold on.
agent, they say
hold
you
on.
treat they say you don't treat people how you want to be treated. You let people show you how they want them to treat you because everybody's different.
Right.
Everybody has their own standards on how
But
they want to be
listen,
treated. So
listen,
you have to give somebody the boundaries or an outline or perimeter and say, hey, this is what I expect out of you. If you go outside of
hold
these
on.
bounds,
Wait a minute. Because we're talking about dating, right? We're not
that's
talking about a
dating.
job. So if we're
Dating is a
dating,
job.
Dating is a
see,
job.
we're not gonna go there.
It
But
should be a job if you
if we
if
are
you enjoy it. That's why you need to be with
dating,
somebody that you
Women
enjoy
enjoy
with.
dating,
let
men
me finish
don't.
my comments. Let me just have
Men
my
do
little
not.
take on
I'm
this.
sorry, but men do not enjoy dating.
Listen,
There's not one man
listen.
out here that say I
If
love to be
we
dating. That's a woman thing. Women love to date. Men don't like to date.
okay, but
We do
listen,
this shit for
listen,
y'all.
listen, because some men do
Okay.
like to date.
Go ahead, Mika.
If we're dating and we're
Mm-hmm.
hanging out and we're getting to know each other, in that getting to know each other phase, I'm paying attention to you, how you move, how you interact with me, how you interact with other people around, how you carry yourself. These are things that I'm paying attention to. You should be paying attention to those same things.
But you're also teaching me how to love you.
Wait a minute.
You teaching me how to love you. It's
You're
not,
not
you
at
don't
love
always
yet.
got to be vocal
Hold
with me.
on.
How
If you're paying
what
attention
you
to
do
me, you know
daily
how to
can
love.
show
If you
me
pay
how to
Wait a
love
minute.
you.
Right, but we're jumping from here to here, right?
No, we right
Let
here.
me finish because we're dating. We're not in love yet.
Right.
We haven't got
Right.
there. We're dating. We don't even know if we want to go there yet, right?
Mhm.
So in the beginning stages, when we're dating, first of all, I'm paying attention to you and I'm trying to see in my mind, is this someone that I would like to go further with? And that's going to depend on how you move. I'm not going to tell you how to treat me. I'm not going to tell you how to talk to me. I'm not going to tell you how to interact with other people around.
You
I'm not
better
gonna
show me how to
tell
talk to
you.
you. Because
No,
so we
listen,
start dating
I'm
and I
telling
come over,
you
what's up,
to do
bitch?
that.
You gonna
I'm
nigga,
going
don't
to
call me
pay
no bitch.
attention. I'm going to pay
If you do something I don't like, I address it. But that's different than you
right,
saying
but I'm
you
going to pay
giving me a blue light.
attention, and then I'm going to make a decision to determine if that's somebody that I want to move forward with. If I make the decision that I want to move forward with this person based off of us dating, our interaction, us getting to know each other,
So you
then
playing hide and seek.
when we get to the point,
So you playing hide and seek with your who you playing hide and seek while you dating.
What do you mean hide and seek? It's
Let
no
me just
hide
watch
and
you.
seek.
You watch me.
We're getting to know each other. We're conversating. We
When
going
you
out.
get
We hanging
to
out.
know a
We
woman
doing all
or you
these
get to know the
things.
man, you should be. Hey, I like when. Hey, I like this. Hey, I'm my past dictates my future, baby. I like when a woman do this.
Listen,
I like a woman
listen,
that's not permissive.
But
listen.
hold
I
on,
like a
hold
woman
on,
who
hold
comes
on,
home at a certain
hold on,
time. There's
hold
the
on.
things that you're asking. You teaching that woman on how to treat you and how to
There's a
do
lot
you.
going on.
This is why I say, this is why I go back and I say that most people be capping, whether it's a woman or a man. In the first few conversations that you're having with someone on the phone, even if y'all ain't never seen each other, even if y'all exchange numbers, whatever the case may be, even if y'all ain't even went out on a date, maybe after the first date, I'll say after the first couple dates. By the first couple dates, both of y'all and already gave somewhat of a blueprint on what you're trying to deal with anyway.
Exactly.
Yes,
Well,
some
that's a
point.
blueprint as
But
far as like when you
keep
saying
in
that when you
mind,
giving a blueprint as far as like people talking, they're finding out more about you, like your favorite foods, your restaurant, stuff like that. When I say that, see, people are not when you're dating, right? That is a time for you to get to know a person, right? So
right?
based off the questions that you asked, you may get the
But
information
not
that you
even just
need.
the questions. Hold
How
on, but let me
are they
finish this
are
thought,
paying
bro.
attention really?
Because
Because it's
let
paying
me finish
attention to a
my
person.
thought. If somebody's hanging around me, they're gonna know that I like gifts. I mean, that's gonna be automatic. They're gonna know that I like to shop. I'm a fucking shopaholic. If you come to my house, you're gonna know that.
But if
You know
you're
what
a
I'm
shopper,
saying?
don't mean you like
That's
gifts.
not something that I would need to tell them. So if they see that and they're a person that don't like to shop, they don't like to buy gifts, and they don't do it, okay, then I'm not gonna come out and be like, oh well, I like gifts. For them to go and buy me gifts, that's not something they like to do. Because if it was, they would have done it automatically. Why do I have to tell you that? You know what I'm saying? Like I never had to ask a man to buy me gifts. Like I never, just like my number one thing is communication, just like I said, right? So if we're
Big on
having
communication.
conversations on the phone, if we can't have good conversations, we can't talk about anything. We don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to talk to me. We can't, you know what I'm saying? We're not on the phone talking about nothing. We can't talk on the phone for hours. I'm probably not gonna go on a date with you because I already know
You don't got nothing.
This goes back to me
at
saying
the level
I'm
that
not.
I
Hey,
need to
I
communicate.
don't
hold
understand
on.
I'm
that.
not
Hey,
even
I don't
gonna move
understand that because when
forward.
I met my old
This
lady,
goes
I
back to
hated
me
talk. I
saying
hate
in
talking
the
on the phone.
first few conversations,
Fuck all that. Fuck
in the
talking on the
first
phone
few
for.
conversations on the phone, especially if y'all have them good conversations. You know, you ain't talked
Right.
about fucking a long time, and y'all
I
get on
ain't.
the
I
phone,
ain't
y'all
had
on
no
the phone for
conversation
an
on the
hour or
phone.
two. If it's something like that where y'all on the phone for an hour or two all the time when y'all talking, within those first few conversations, I'm already gonna know half the blueprint on you anyway. You're gonna be there telling
But
me
you
your
would
love
have
language,
figured
the
it
things you
out,
like to
though.
do, the
It's
things you
not
like
gonna be
about a
because I
man.
told you.
The average woman probably gonna tell you something about at least one ex, even though Shelly says she don't like that. But the average, the masses, the average woman is gonna tell you about a previous situation she dealt with. So she's already gonna be giving you the blueprint in the first few conversations.
Right, but you
But
gotta
That's
Ray,
why I
understand.
told you
but
the
look,
masses, y'all thinking about self
Well,
here.
that is
The
all about.
masses
no,
of dating,
Ray,
the
but
dating life
Ray,
right now, majority of conversations within the first few conversations, I already know a girl love language. I know then everything about her. I know her family. I know how many kids she got. I know the things she likes. I know what she likes to do. I know where she likes to go. all that. That's a part of the blueprint. What do y'all think a
Right.
blueprint is?
So then the next is going to be action, right? How you going to take that information and how are you going to use it?
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. I can temporarily act like that person for 3 months after you give me the blueprint.
But that's the thing. If we're having conversations, I'm not giving you the blueprint. You're getting
You are
to know
though.
me. You're getting to know me,
conversation
and you're learning me. Giving you the blueprint would be if we're on the phone the first date. This is what I require out of a relationship. You got to do that. You have to be able to do this. You have to do. That's giving you the blueprint.
Hey, Mika.
Let me get a little gotcha moment. Wait.
No, but see, you going back to first date here. Listen, no, because
we're conversating.
You going back to first date. I didn't say that. I said
right.
After a couple of dates, because usually people busy, right? Everybody got their own life, so them dates probably them first couple of dates probably gonna be within a month span, maybe 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, I'm gonna know so much about you. If we talking on the phone every day,
you should.
You should know more.
That's the goal, to get to know each other.
And is you that's more like Blue's Clues though. It's not like it's different than a person. You're paying attention to, you're getting to know a person. And that's how it should be organically. So as you get to know that person and then you find out what this person likes, and then you decide what you're gonna do versus me telling you what to do.
Like she just said, she like gifts, so we already know that. But I could already viewing your page, I can already tell that you don't even gotta tell me that. You feel me? So I'm a person that read women very fucking well, very well. Like,
but how do you use that,
it's so easy. That's why I can tell y'all similar, but y'all are very different also.
But Sally been married for a while.
So look, we talking about teaching and learning.
But Mika was married.
It's about what y'all don't say. It's how we learn. It's about what y'all don't say. It's not about what y'all tell us. It's about what y'all don't say.
Mika was married too, so that's what I'm saying. They're similar, but they're different still though. And I don't even.
I am still married. Let's be clear.
You married right now?
He on speed dial. Don't worry, we already know about that. But
yeah, that nigga on speed dial right now.
That's why she can't. Nigga want a chance. The husband on speed dial. See, that's what
you said. What?
The game.
Say it again.
What nigga gonna really get a chance and the husband still on speed dial?
The nigga gotta come harder than the husband.
I'm not trying to compete with that.
Exactly.
Wait.
I'm not feeling. Even if I was a hell of a nigga, I'm a hell of a nigga. But if I was a hell of a nigga and I just met you, and I got all my shit together, and you tell me I gotta compete with another nigga.
First of all, I would never tell you that.
If I gotta compete with somebody else, baby, I ain't the one.
First of all,
you just told us that.
No, because I'm not dating either one of y'all. But I would never tell you that.
You married to that nigga?
Dating? Yes, we are, but we're separated.
Separated don't mean divorced. Y'all can still get back together tomorrow.
Don't say that. It does not. But people be separated and then went separated and dated. Because I've been separated before. My husband and I separated. We separated for 2 years. He dated. I dated. You see what I'm saying? So like you can separate and date, and everybody does not. But it does not always mean that you come back
together. That's like me going into your house.
But hold on,
hey, I'm still married as a woman. Most men ain't gonna.
We're not going. If you separated, you not staying in the same house. Y'all got y'all.
Let me talk about my own situation. Hold on.
But this is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying though. Did you get into a relationship after y'all like separated? Was y'all just dating?
Who?
I'm asking Shelly this because you said y'all was still separated, but y'all still was dating.
Oh no, me and him were not dating.
No, I'm saying y'all were dating other people.
Yeah, we dated other people.
So how long did it take before you got into another real relationship, or did you end up staying with your husband?
I ended up in another relationship probably in about 4 months. I'm a good woman, baby. I'm not gonna steal the market like I did go in.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying, I don't feel like it don't matter.
A man would do that. Is that what
I'm saying? Is it don't matter if a nigga is the top nigga in the world. If a woman is still married, a nigga is never gonna get a full chance like that.
You're not gonna get a what?
A full chance.
Let me speak to my situation because. So yes, first of all, I am still married and we are separated.
Mm-hmm.
And if I decide to date, just like I said, I'm not gonna tell him that, oh, you have to come harder than my husband. No, I am gonna tell him my situation because I'm a truthful person. I don't like to lie and I don't like to keep secrets and I don't like to play games.
Mhm.
But
But
I'm
once
not
you
gonna
tell a
lie.
man that, look, but what I'm saying,
He definitely
soon as
made it hard for the next.
yes.
Like
But
he
what I'm
definitely
saying, as
made it
soon as
hard
you
for the
tell a
next.
man, but as soon as you tell a man off the rip, hey, I'm still married, he's not even gonna try as hard.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
I think
Man,
that
I'm
is
trying
a
to tell
lie.
That's a lie.
I think
That's
that's a
definitely a lie,
lie.
bro. Yeah.
shit.
Bro,
Shit.
that's the male nature is competition.
Yeah.
And if he
I don't want
Exactly.
know,
nobody else's
if
That's
he
bitch.
why
That
know,
I was
hey,
gonna say that's definitely not true. Cause they,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
I
I
can't
don't
agree
want
with that
nobody
one.
else's bitch.
yeah.
Hey, I come from a long line of pimping and women. Hey, if a bitch is
But
took, she gone.
but
We're
see
not
how you
competing
call
for
you
no
said
other
if a
hoes.
bitch do
We
it. See
know
this,
there's
see
more
what I'm
hoes in
saying?
the road.
Right.
We're
But
not
that's
trying
the
to
type
get
of
the. Hey,
woman.
if we know a bitch got married, first off, I'm a nah, man. I ain't. If a woman tell me she married, I'm not finna even try, baby. You fix it with your husband. Do what you gotta do over there, and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
move around. First off, I'm
Mhm.
not fucking with no covenant anyway. I'm not finna go fuck with no
Mm-hmm.
whatever you got built between you and God. I'm
And
not doing that. Two, bitch, hey,
that's
I come from a long line of players, baby. You
Why
married?
they gotta
Let me
be bitches?
step.
Why they gotta be bitches? And what does pimping have to do with anything?
because I'm
Because
like, what
pimping
women are you
show you a
fucking with?
hoe is the
And
worst
this is
thing
what
you
you
can
said.
deal with.
What?
Are you married? Jay, you married?
Y'all been my woman 10 years.
Are you
You
married?
talk
Yeah.
like a nigga that's not on the market. You talk like a nigga that's not approaching women. Your whole vernacular and
Exactly, because
swag.
ain't not one man
It's
ever
like
said, "Oh,
it's
I'm not
like
gonna date you
I'ma
because you
talk like
married."
this because I don't want nobody to like me. I'ma talk like I'ma make sure nobody like me so I can go home to my bitch. That
You got me fucked up. Hell no.
your whole energy is please don't like me so I can remain faithful.
Hell
You
no.
you
You
give
don't
off
know me.
I know, I don't. I'm just speaking off this call. Just this today. Just
You
this
don't know
call,
me.
your answers to the questions, your how you approach the question is please don't like me so I can
Big,
remain faithful.
you
It's
got
like
that
this.
out of because I don't want another nigga's bitch?
No, sir. That's great. That's great
Yes,
not to
sir.
want another bitch. I'm talking about the wordplay of it. I'm not saying
No.
you should want another nigga bitch. I'm not saying
No.
it's wrong for not wanting another bitch. I'm saying your your spirit of it. It's like, please don't like me because if you like me, I might cheat.
No.
Ooh, and I want to
I'm
say
trying to
y'all
remain
saw another
faithful.
nigga like
I don't
I'm
want
trying to
another nigga
remain
woman.
faithful,
I
and
do
if the
not
door
want no
open,
other nigga's woman. Ask
I
not niggas
understand.
talking
No,
about
no,
walk
that's not
around
what
like
I'm
I don't
saying.
want another motherfucker to like me.
I'm not
I'm gonna
saying you
walk around
should
like
want
I don't
another
give a
nigga.
fuck who likes me.
the
You feel me?
possession.
I walk like I don't give a fuck if nobody and they granny and they mommy and they mama's mama don't like me. You hear me? I'm JJ
I
Lee, the big
understand what
boss
you're
baby. You hear
saying.
me?
I understand. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But you should talk like that. That's how you should talk. Shelly is talking from a married point of view. Ray is talking from his point of view. I'm talking from my point of view. Mika is talking, but I'm just telling you how it
What's my
comes
point of
off.
view? Well, I'm talking from a point of view, a married woman or a single woman. Which one?
You
Which
You
one?
talking from a
no,
separated woman point of
you're
view.
talking from a separated woman's point of view. That's why I asked you back in the conversation earlier. I was like, "Are you in a relationship?" Because you can. It's like your door is open, but the screen door is locked. So it's like a nigga could approach your door because it's open, but the screen door locked. So he can see it when a nigga walk past your house. The door, he can see the door open, but he gotta. But how you gonna get past the screen door? Just because my front door open, the screen door is still locked. That's how I can see it. That's why I asked you, like, are you in a relationship? Are you dating? Because you say certain things like you saying certain things like this is what I want to date. This is what I'm willing to deal with. But I already know who I want and how I want it to be. Hey, it's not bad. Nobody is saying bad things on this call. I'm not saying nothing is bad, but that's why I was just asking regular questions to see. And this ain't even you giving me the blueprint or you giving nobody on this call the blueprint. It's like Ray was saying earlier. If you have enough conversations, you know the blueprint. Why
Mhm.
are we making the blueprint bad? That's my question.
It's
Why is
not because
It's not
why
bad
is
at all.
somebody knowing your blueprint bad? The
the
blueprint is
blue
the
the
best thing a man
no
approaching you. could know?
Because this is the thing. If a person has a blueprint to you, they can manipulate it. Do you want everybody to have a blueprint to your house? They can break
And the
in.
person that, hold on,
Do you
just like,
want
hold on,
everybody
stop
to
what
have
you
it?
said.
You
Just like you
shouldn't
said,
want everybody to have a
let me
blueprint to
answer
what
that.
you
Hold
have.
on. Just like you just said, a person having a blueprint to you can manipulate you. The person having a blueprint to you can make you the happiest you ever been. Let's aim
I
positive
listen.
versus
I'm not listen,
Which we agree with
and
that, but
you have
you
been
it
positioning that
takes
the
you
whole
gotta get
call.
to a certain level to
I,
get the blueprint, is
yeah,
what we're trying to
what we're
explain.
saying.
You don't
And
get
it's
it
not
off
that
of
we're
it.
being negative either. I
Everybody
want
not
you
gonna get
to
it.
be clear. I think there's some good black men out there. There's some black kings out there that treat their woman good, that are good men. I believe that there are men who are
I
seeking healthy relationships, men who know how to treat a woman. I do not have a skewed view of all men. I do not.
okay,
So I want to make
okay,
sure that I state that. I don't feel like
okay,
that every man is a dog. I don't feel like every man gonna play with you. I don't feel like I just feel like women need to find the ones that ain't playing with them. And I feel like the ones that like to
thanks.
play gotta find them something safe to do. I
that
just feel like
part.
it's just certain, it's when I'm speaking, when you're talking about it in a negative light, I'm speaking directly to those people about those people who do those things, right?
Okay,
Every man is not like that. And you're absolutely correct. Some men are really serious, but unfortunately, because of what they say, since sex got easier to get, love got harder to find. Unfortunately, men now are just, they want to experience you. They want to experience some form of you, or get close to you, or get under you, or they really just have this
They
like
like
a
the
variety,
illusion.
like they're at the
You have no idea.
uh I
I
like that. I don't know, thing full of samples. They want to try you. I don't know, but they really feel like they, like they just they had a pick of the litter. So many women out there, right? So like a lot of women are attracted to different. I mean, men are attracted to different women. There's different women, all different shapes, size, colors, just like there are different men. You see what I'm saying?
right,
So I am
right,
not. I'm not saying that that it's all negative. I'm just giving you the aspect as far as for why. When you're asking a question of why is it like this, this is why. You see what I'm
okay.
saying? This is
I hear.
why we have to be guarded. That's just like you can't
you
be
have to
friends with
comment.
everybody. Just because you're a friendly person don't mean you want to be friends with everybody. That person may not, you know what I'm saying, be a good person to be a friend with. So
When you and
Okay,
your
so
husband separate,
hold on.
when you and your husband separated and you decided to date again, did you think in the back of your head, I know I'm going back to my husband, or did you think, hey, this dude probably got a chance?
I don't think
Just
it
answer
no,
that part.
but for me,
Yeah.
okay, so no, at the time when I started dating, it was a wrap.
Okay. Okay.
So you had
As far
already
as from
mentally
in my
left it. You had
mind,
already mentally
in
left
my
it.
mind, there was there was no going back.
It
I
was
was,
no
moving
going.
forward.
Once you decided I will date, it wasn't no going back.
Anytime if I, that,
And
yeah,
then when that
of
dude,
course, that forward movement.
did
Why
But
would
he
I
do
have
this is
been?
something?
why I
Did he do
said,
something?
but
Did he
this
do
is why I
something to make you
said they
think, nigga,
similar.
I'd rather deal with my husband?
But
Did
this
he
is
do
why I
something
said
that?
they similar and they different. That's why I
Well,
said
No,
this
that.
is what
I'm
Wait,
asking
say
you a
that
question.
again, Ray. I can't hear you.
This is why I said they similar, but they different.
Who's similar?
Y'all too.
Y'all too.
Y'all
Women, it's
family.
women. Period.
It's women, period.
Yeah.
But see, this goes back. See, what y'all discussing now is the same thing I said at the
separation.
beginning. My question, and y'all could only name two people. Why is it always a narrative that a man fucked up the relationship?
Is the
It's
majority of
not, because I know women that have fucked up relationship. Every time it's not. This is the thing. It's not that it's always a narrative that the man fucks up.
It is though. You couldn't name me more
You
than two
named those
celebrities.
three
You couldn't name me
situations.
more than two celebrities
I
that
gave you
the
a lady that
woman.
fucked up her relationship. I was trying to
No,
figure
you
out.
listen. You only were able to name me. Think about how many
because the
celebrity
reality of it
relationships
is
there are.
men mess up more than women. Women are more
Right.
loyal than
That,
men. That's
yeah.
just the reality of
It's
it.
No, it's 2025, baby.